Okay, let's get absolutely serious about not being serious. As always, very nice to see you guys, as always. As always, we have no idea what will happen or happened. I don't know. Happen. We're just staying in the moment together, and the magic will just happen by itself. And staying together in angling into the body is the most important aspect of being together. No expectation. Feel your butt, feel your hand, smile. And while we are perhaps answering questions, the most important aspect is that. And then, as you know, the more nothing we do, the deeper it gets. Every time I say it, it's like my conscious mind goes, what? So let's do more and more nothing.
It came to me when you said that the more nothing we do, the more everything we get.
Oh,
just
not
popped
bad.
up.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I will be quoting you in the future.
Please.
So, anyone has any questions, practical questions, any kind of questions, please. Cool. Aha, okay. Adrian, and go ahead, Adrian, first, and then Maria.
Oh.
Or you want to let Maria go first because you're polite?
Ladies first.
Okay, ladies first. He's such a gentleman, so Maria, please.
Again, I might go offline, so don't worry, just carry on, because my connection is very unstable. But I've started reading a book, and I wondered if you could comment a little bit more about thinking deliberately.
Okay. Good.
What do you really mean by thinking deliberately?
Okay. Well, we as people, we think that we think. And it's not really true, because some monkey in our head is thinking and telling me what I'm thinking based on the templates. And so it's almost like the monkey inside my head knows that it's important to put my attention to the most favorable place. However, the little monkey says, oh, think of this, think of that, and the monkey points out that which template fits in other templates, what kind of an analytical thing we can get into, how I'm going to get more information about this. So basically, if we sometimes ask ourselves the question, do I think that I think? And many people would say, yeah, of course I know I think. Okay, then try to stop it. And then most people really realize, okay, well, it won't really stop. I mean, some people can stop it for a short while. So this extremely important function of thinking is not yet under our control. By our, I mean the real our, the real me, the real you. It's under the control of the templates and socially acceptable decision-making processes, approval processes, informational processes. So Descartes, I think, Descartes says, I think, therefore I am. And Annalena is joining us. So he said, I think, therefore I am. And the statement is interesting because it depends on what level we're looking at it. If the person really learned to think by stopping thinking, then that means that I'm thinking because I can stop thinking, then the statement is correct. But noticing that I have a monkey in my head talking, he should have said, I'm being thought, therefore I think I am. Or he could have said, I can stop thinking and think deliberately, therefore I am. I'm going around a little bit, but it's very important preamble. So deliberate thinking comes when I can stop thinking. And as you know, Maria, we cannot stop the thoughts. We can only bypass them, right? So by knowing how to bypass them and focusing on our greatest treasure, which is our inner world of being, the thoughts kind of slow down or stop. And that means that that means at that time we have our attention on the world of God, let's say, and we know who we are, as well as we have our attention on potential thoughts, let's say. So by knowing how to stop thinking and be silent and deliberately reach for a thought, I know how to do deliberate thinking. So deliberate thinking is when I think what I want to think. I pull out whatever template I want to pull out. So if I need I'm silent and I'm going into I don't know, business negotiation, and I pull up my negotiation template and deliberately think about how I'm going to negotiate this contract. If I need how to make a speech, how to behave in a cultured company. Don't ask me about that. So bottom line is, we can just, deliberate thinking is one of the most important things for a successful life. I mean, successful life in any area. If I let my thoughts run around, a little monkey telling me what to do, chances are that my finances will be confusing, and my relationships will be confusing. It will be very hard to fix a relationship if thoughts running through my head and thoughts running through my partner's head. Accidentally, we may be in agreement with something, and that brings up a small amount of peace, but no permanent peace. So deliberate thinking makes a major difference whether or not I will actually succeed in a project. Most of us have learned templates of limitations, behavior limitations, thinking limitations. I remember, and I'm translating from Hungarian now, my father used to tell me, there are more days than sausage.
Days?
More days. Több mint kolbász. Gabor will understand it. So we all grow up everywhere in the world, really. And listen, there are more days than sausage. So we get all these limiting templates. If I have all these limiting templates running through my head, my approach of life, my approach of success, my approach of anything will be very, very limited. So I can keep trying, and by a lot of work, I might succeed accidentally, quote unquote, or I might lose everything accidentally, but there is no permanent anything. So Maria, the question you brought up is the deliberate thinking is, I mean, we can talk about it for hours and hours, if not the whole day, because once we can deliberately think, we are really masters. It's that simple. There's silence, and I think of what I want to think of. That's it. Therefore, I can pull up any template and work with it, and then when I'm finished with the template, I can put it back on the shelf. If you want to use a library example, like if I'm entering a library and all the knowledge just start attacking me, think of me, how about me, how about that, how about this, how about that, right? The books are attacking. My chances of success in anything will be almost zero. However, if I enter the library, all the books are on the shelf. They are all under my jurisdiction. They're all shut up. They're all shutting up and laying there in docile manner, waiting for my instructions. And then I pull up, take a book from the shelf, and then when I finish with it, I put it back, and there's still silence. I'm ruling my own domain. I reign over the library. I reign over the bunch of softwares in my head, right? I reign over the whole bunch of cookies that large companies will try to put in my library or in my head, in the software, right? And no matter how many cookies they put into my computer, I'm still reigning over my computer, my thoughts, and therefore my life. So deliberate thinking is a target. It's one of the goals that we have. It's just about guarantees that life will be successful for you, for me. And successful does not necessarily mean successful for some other person. Maybe success for me is living in a small village next to a forest, and I look at the stars, and that's it. For some other person, like Gabor, maybe super success in conquering some kind of a market and cornering a market, which is perfectly fine, right? So extremely important question, extremely important to get to the essence of the answer, bypassing all the thoughts, picking thoughts, and therefore they are deliberate. Is that okay, Maria?
She was tuned out for a bit.
Tuned out. Okay.
But Maria, I didn't forget to record this time. So this video, the answer will be on YouTube very soon.
But did you hear some of it, or?
Yes, I did hear some of it, and of course I have read it too. It's a fascinating area for me because I have always thought that I have no control over my thinking. You know, it just appears or disappears, or so I have no idea what is to think deliberately. I have an idea now, but it's still not my experience. But I have an idea. Thank you for your answer.
Oh, you're welcome. May I say that when you say you have no control over your thinking, let's say that's an accurate statement. I have no control over my thinking. I don't want to control it. We can't control our thinking. We can bypass the mechanism that makes us think, makes us thought. They are being thought by a mechanism that needs to be bypassed, but I can't control it. That might help.
Yeah, yes, that's great. I understand.
You know what I mean? So it's absolutely true. I can't control my thinking, can't control my mind. I can bypass it.
Yeah.
If I attempt to control it, I'm really screwed because the mind will win every time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Gabor. Thank you.